Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Dave Renninger. I'm the application specialist for the engineering segment here at Tekla Inc. This is our 11th and final video in our series showcasing Tekla structures for the engineering market. In our last video, we showed how we can use the Tekla structures model to create contract documents directly from the model. In this video now we're going to show how we can take the model one step farther and actually create fabrication drawings from the same model. So now if I inquire on one of my parts here in the model, simply just select the column here and inquire on it. We'll notice here that the marks here for the part and assembly level are both set here with question marks. What this is indicating is that the model hasn't been numbered yet. And this is required in order for Tekla to basically compare and see how many of each item we have inside the model. So what we're going to do here, before we can create the drawings, we're just going to come up and load our numbering settings. This is basically just going to tell Tekla what we want to do here when we number the model. How do we want to compare new or modified objects? What objects do we want to compare as far as the naming, welds, embeds, stuff like this goes for steel and concrete. So I'm just going to apply my properties and then come up here, click on numbering. In just that few seconds there, Tekla has gone through now and it's scanned the model and analyzed. So now if I come back in and select this column, I can see now that this has a mark now of C1. So now that everything's been numbered, now we can go through and actually create the fabrication drawings. So to do this, I'm just going to come up here to my create drawings command. Put this on top, and now I can come through, and this is called the master drawing catalog. So similar to what we have with the component catalog that we showed in some of our previous videos, this is nice where it lets us break down nice and easily here what type of drawing we're looking to create. So I can select my assembly drawings, find the setting here in my list that I want to use. Say, okay, I want to use my column with bill of materials setting, select the column here in the model, and then just simply click on create drawings. Now just that quick, if I come in here and open up my drawing list, now we'll see here is that C1 assembly drawing of that column. So now when I open up my drawing, now I can see here all of my holes are automatically dimensioned out. I can simply just realign some of my dimensions as needed. We'll see we even have running dimensions here for fabrication. The overall length of the column is called out here with profile cut lengths as well. And then we can see a nice bill of material down here at the bottom, again being pulled directly from the model. So as you can see, it's even totaled up and says here the number of columns. There's two of these identical assemblies in the model, and Tekla's already done this for me. All we have to do is just go through and model everything, and when we're done, when we run the numbering, this is where Tekla then analyzes and says how many of these parts do we have in the model that are identical parts. So we can easily come through here and we can change how do we want parts to be displayed, how do we want things to be marked as well. Now what we can also do is we can also create multiple drawings at one time. Just like we created the overall assembly drawing, we can also come through and create single part drawings as well of the individual objects. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to come back in here to our master drawing catalog, and we have some different settings down here as well. So instead of creating these drawings one by one, we actually have rule sets that we can set up as well. So what's nice then is we can basically set up conditions based off of filters and say here, I want to create single part drawings of secondary parts, whether it's going to be on individual sheets or for gather sheets, and we can set this up as well. So once we have this set up, we can simply just right click now and say create drawings for all parts. And this is now going to go through the model and it's going to scan and find all the secondary objects in the model, and it's going to create drawings for those parts based off of properties that we can set up and customize. Okay, so now Tekla's gone through and it's ran through all of our rules. So again, if we come back now and open up our drawing list, now we can see that there's a lot more drawings are created. So just like we could filter through the master drawing catalog, in our drawing list as well, we can easily come through now and filter and see, we want to see our single part drawings. And here we can see all of the angles and miscellaneous parts here inside of our model. So again, if we just double click and open up one of these drawings, again, now we can see here's the angle fully dimensioned out, slotted holes automatically called out as well. And then also down here at the bottom is a bill of material showing us how many we have total, a quantity of 8, and then also how many assemblies they're used in. So similar process then if we want to create cast unit drawings, which would be for concrete and rebar. So again, we can just come in here. We can also select on the objects in the model and simply right click on them as well. If we want to just come through here and create a drawing, create a cast unit drawing. So again, now if we come back to the drawing list, so again, these drawings are also intelligently linked between the model and the objects. So what we can do here is basically say we want to show all the parts and then just filter our list here by the parts that we have selected in the model, and then the drawing list now will show us any and all drawings that we have associated with that member. So now if we just double click and open up this cast unit drawing, again we can get some detailed information here about our bar. So here we have our bar bending schedule showing us the quantity and the marks as well. And then we have our elevation and front, top, and end views, dimensioning out where all of our rebar is as well. And then again, when we come over here to the side, we have a bill of material showing us how many reinforcement bars we have, the quantities here, and then also giving us some more information down here as well as far as the volume and area of the actual concrete cast unit. So thank you for watching this series of videos. Hopefully this gives you some more insight on how Tekla structures can really be beneficial from the initial design concept all the way through detailing. Thanks again for watching.